What I'm going to do today is I'm just going to show you the research findings from the Europeana Channels project. One thing that's worth noting is that this is not a visual design in any way, shape or form. So the elements here, even though it looks complete, it's still very sketchy and will change when we hit HTML. Okay, so this is the landing page, and the first thing that it should point out is that the Europeana Channels project is basically folded into the current Europeana search portal. So it isn't a separate website, it is part of the search. As you'll see, there's a big image in the background here. These images would be clickable, that would take you straight to the object that's been displayed here. The search is very prominent. Then you've got the global navigation up here, language select and settings. There could be a need for login sign up as well to be spelt out. European Channels is here, the online exhibitions about Europeana and this information button. So just show you quickly the global navigation. Global navigation here is a way to get between the various Europeana products. At the moment, the search portal, the Europeana Professional and Europeana Labs cater for different needs, but what we're trying to do is consistency within the family, and it easily places to navigate between them all. Down here is the Europeana Channels, so you can see it's just a list of the Europeana Channels. These are very top level. The idea is that the researchers found that it should be very top level navigation here, so music rather than folk music from Latvia is a useful channel name. Online exhibitions is a little bit familiar, so these are the Europeana exhibitions. As you can see, there's a load more exhibitions option here. You click this and there'd be a lazy load to actually pull in some more. And about Europeana, this area is not styled, so you should look at the Europeana Professional footer. It will have more of a look and feel. Just to point out again, the whole site is not really styled as such. These are more ideas at the moment. This will undoubtedly change. I think the important thing to note here, though, is that this is something that's come up. We need to be able to show what Europeana is about on every single page of the portal. So this sort of functionality should be available wherever you land on. It should highlight, the fact that we've got a whole bunch of providers and just how many objects are available. This information here would give you information about the background image. This title would be clickable, which would take you straight to the display. Shows you who's made it, the year, and the location, the provider, I should say. You can do a show next, and it will pull in another image. If we've got text images, which predominantly a lot of Europeana content is, it'd be good to show a image which best represents what you could click through to. And so, for example, here, if we click through in this object, it takes you to Pride and Prejudice, which is a different view from what you just saw, but it doesn't mean that it's out of editorial hands. So the front page content could be different to what you actually click through to, but be mindful of exactly what you represent on that front page. We don't want it to be misleading. I'll just briefly show this page because I'm going to go into this in more detail elsewhere. This is showing pages 1 and 2 of the book. You can navigate here, skipping through, jumping through the pages, go back and forth here. You can also zoom into the book, which will give you a full view. This is the provider information. This is the description of it. If we don't have a description, then it pulls in from Wikipedia. Or it could pull in from other sources if need be. The author is here again. This would go through to a creator page. If we don't have a creator page, we wouldn't show this information. This is related items, which are always really good. Here we can pull in some other books. This is to show what may happen if we don't have an image for this book, Emma. It would just show, or it could just show a blank colour here. It could be one of 5 or 6 different colours that we could use. The problem that I found here is that this is actually a film clip, and there's no notification of this being a film clip and this being a text document or a book. So what we could also do is that alongside showing the title and the creator or author in this case, we could also show what sort of content it is. So book, film strip, film clip, or film still even. Show more would pull in another 5. This here is showing that this item here is part of the classical literature channel. This is a quick way to get into the actual channel itself. I'll show you more about that later. Who it's curated by and what's actually in the channel. This would be the top 4 items, item types. There could be many more underneath here, but there's no point listing all of them. So let's just go back. I'll use the global navigation to go back to the Europeana search portal. First of all, next I'll just show you the search here for the milkmaid. So I'm going to do a search. I know that I want to look for the milkmaid. So as you see, nothing's happening yet. But as soon as I get to the 3rd letter, it starts to pull in auto suggestions here. So these are the top level suggestions. So military activity in Milan. So go down to milk. As you can see, it's adjusted. And then we do milk M. And so now it's starting to assume what sort of content that we're having. And this is a pretty good assumption, to be fair. So we've got milkmaid here, milkmen here. This would be a very general terms here. Whereas here it's saying that perhaps we're going to be interested in The Milkmaid by Vermeer. In this case we are. So let's click through here. And you see the image. Now, the difference between the books, of course, is that you'll notice that there's only one image, so there's no way of navigating here. And also it's zoomed into the center point, so you can see here where you can actually navigate it up and down. I'll show you that later on a different image. This is available for download, so you can click download full image. I don't know if you noticed, but on the books it was available in different formats. So download PDF was the option there, whereas you could download the EPUB and other versions underneath. Again, placement is something, and again, general look and feel is something that will get ironed out when we get to the visual design. Here's the title, and if it's available in different languages, so the original title I should say, is underneath here. Got show more object data, I'll show more of that later, and this is very familiar based on what I've just shown you. This is part of the Art and History channel. And underneath, because it's part of an exhibition as well, then you should be able to show the exhibitions that this item is actually part of. I'm going to go back to the search results. I could have clicked go back there as well. I'm going to do a search now for back. So BAC. You can see it's starting to pull in the terms, and this is pretty good already. I could actually click on that and get a full list of everything by back. But let's go one more. Now, what we're doing now is we're assuming that you're going to be interested in this Johann Sebastian Bach, or these other Bachs. And you can see that it's pulled in the most object types. Again, this could be filtered. It may be that we're making assumptions here, but we can make some good assumptions based on the actual creators. And so score and sheet music is something that features quite highly here. So let's go through and look at that. So as you'll see here, we're not in a channel, we're still in the Europeana search portal here. And we've got back, which is up here because that's the search keyword. And underneath here we've got score and sheet music, which you can see here as a form. So this is a facet. So there's a difference here because here are keywords, so these are things that you would type in, you would search for. And underneath here are actual facets that you would select here. So if I was to actually click on the music facet, then music would be added here. It also jump to the Europeana music theme. In this case, there's perhaps not too much of a need to actually do that because the information I'm actually looking for is actually available here within the search portal. So there's no real benefit of actually jumping into the channel at this point. There's other facets here. There's a very good document produced by User Intelligence which goes into what they've done here. So for instance, the can I use it, it has the fairly generic can I use it, yes with attribution, no, and things of that, but it also has the specific copyright filters folded into it in an advanced section. Provider and data provider again have been merged because this was something that's adding confusion. And also this here, search all language results in original language, you could change that to in a specific language. So if you just want to see English results, you could actually change that here. This here is to order by relevance, so you could change this into various other facets, which again is in the document. So you could do alphabetical, latest added, and chronological order. You could also see this as a list of images, or you could do it in the list view. What I'll do now, though, is I'll just go into one of these objects. So let's go to this one. And you'll see that it's got into the Europeana music thing here, which is actually incorrect, and I should have fixed that. This would still show the generic Europeana, because we've not actually chosen the Europeana music channel at this point. If we had chosen the Europeana music channel and then clicked on it, then you would get this yellow branding. So please look through that. Previous result would take you to the previous result on the previous list. Next result would take you to the next. To show you what I mean, that's the previous result, that's the next result. In fact, let us select Europeana music. You'll see that the theme has actually changed. So if we went through there, that's what you would see. That would be the right appearance. So there are a few things that you can do on this image. You'll see that you can just see the top layer here. You could jump to the bottom part of it. You could actually move this around and scan. So this is drag and drop, draggable, I should say. You can also zoom in, which I'll show you a little bit later. And in fact, I will return to the search results. Do it again, because that functionality. That functionality will be shown later. Sorry. This is downloadable, so it's a downloadable PDF. You can jump through the pages here. One of 22. You can also use this to go forward, and if you went forward, then a back would also appear. This gives you the title, the short description, the date. Here's the description. If we don't have this in Europeana, then again, pull it from different sources. And then the composer here. Because we currently call these creators, it'd be good to actually have composer, painter, author. You'll see it's very sparse on metadata, but that's not to say we've got rid of it. The show more object data would actually show this there. Let me try and get a nicer view. Let's show you this one. There you go. So as you can see, the view would fold down here and push things below. So you can hide that again. You'll also see the composer information here. This would take you through to the creator page, if we had one. If not, this wouldn't show, like before. And here's some related items that are here. Now, videos you could play within the actual page here. So if I clicked on that here, it's a bit of a slow starter, but you'll suddenly hear the sound kick in. Pretty good. Same for audio items here. You could play it here. It will tell you how long it is. This is part of the music channel. Let's go and have a look. No, in fact, let's go and do this first. So we've gone to the second page here. So this is actually the stuff that I'm interested in. So I want to see this full screen. So let's go full screen. And here you go. You can move back and forth here. You can zoom in, zoom out. There could be options here to print, download, things of that nature. So again, that's something to look at further down the line. Actions are very much missing from this mock-up. They should be factored in at a later stage. Naturally, this is assuming that you're just visiting the site and you're not actually a member of the site. There could be member things like comments and reporting things. You could report an error, for instance. Let's have a look at this one. This is an audio display. I'm pulling this in actually from SoundCloud. I don't know if we'll be doing that, but this is just to show an example of what an audio display could look like. You'll see there's no need here for this right-hand side. If it's owned by somebody, then copyright information, or if it's free to download, regardless, it should be here and it should be very clear text. None of this CC by SA and things of that nature, when you can write a good, clear, understandable text. If it's not available, then just say that it's not available. Just don't hide the fact. Again, this should be playable. Pretty neat. And again, further information, different pages you can go into. all that other stuff. So let's go back. When you go back, it should take you to where you've come from. So notice it's taking me back to page 2 because that's where I was, and so it'd be really good to actually store this information rather than just take you back to the root of the object. I think that's a really nice thing to do. Let's go back to the search results and let's see what else I can show you. Let's go back here and then search collections. Let's have a look at the channels themselves. So we go to channels. I've just done a mock-up for a couple of channels. I've done a mock-up for a music channel. So this is a music channel landing page. You see that you can search within the music channels, and so this will filter out anything that's not in the music channel. So if you're doing a search for I don't know, Vermeer, then you wouldn't really hit stuff in the Europeana music channel, unless there's like sound recordings, but I can't imagine that. Yeah, there's some brief information here. Tells you what a channel's got. Good information here is recent additions, so it can tell you the data sets that have been pulled in. This could be subscribable, so you could subscribe to RSS, for instance, or if you're a member, perhaps you can do something that stores the information in your members area and gives you notifications that way. Here's some canned searches that would take you through to these various search terms. And here's some music exhibitions. Again, load more exhibitions. Channel curators feature them quite prominently. And then here's these are unique. So this Twitter would take you to the Europeana Music Twitter account, the Europeana Music Facebook, so you can put Pinterest and things of that nature. So we're going to go back to collections. We choose another channel. Let's have a look at the fashion one. So here's the fashion channel. And again, it's very similar, but you see different branding and different things that you could go into, different exhibitions, things of that nature.